Have you ever wondered why a woman can meet a man who looks perfect on paper, handsome, successful, charming, and yet she feels nothing? But then she meets another man who may not have the biggest bank account or the sharpest jawline, and suddenly she can't stop thinking about him. What is it that makes her addicted almost, magnetically pulled toward one man while another fades into the background? I'll tell you something that may shock you. It's not money. It's not looks. It's not the car he drives or the house he lives in. It's something far deeper. And if you understand this one thing and live it, women will chase you, crave you, and find it impossible to walk away. Today, I'm going to reveal exactly what that one thing is. But before we dive in, let me warn you, this isn't some shallow trick or a temporary game. This is about rewiring how you live as a man, and once you get it, women will sense it without you even saying a word. Chapter 1. The mystery that hooks her. Think about this. Have you ever heard a woman say, "I don't know why I like him. There's just something about him." She can't logically explain it, yet she feels it in her body, in her emotions, in her mind. That something is what separates ordinary men from unforgettable men. And if you've ever been on the receiving end of that phrase, you know the power it carries. Here's the truth. Most men completely misunderstand attraction. They assume women fall for obvious things: a six-pack, a sports car, expensive dinners, or flashy clothes. And while those things may grab short-term attention, they don't create long-term pull. What keeps a woman addicted isn't what you give her. It's the way you make her feel. Without even trying, this is where the mystery begins. When a woman is truly hooked, she doesn't always know why. She'll tell her friends in London over coffee, "I can't stop thinking about him. He's not even my usual type, but there's just something about him." That's the kind of fascination that lives rent-free in her head. Now let me illustrate this with a story. James, a young man from New York City, once met Sarah at a rooftop party in Brooklyn. She was the kind of woman men dream about: stylish, magnetic, with eyes that could stop traffic. James thought the way to win her over was by being available every second. He texted back immediately, sent her good morning and good night messages daily even, skipped his gym sessions to see her whenever she called. At first, Sarah appreciated the attention, but slowly she started to drift. She told her friends, "James is nice, but I don't know. Something's missing." Within weeks, she lost interest. Contrast that with Daniel from London. Daniel met Emily at a friend's dinner in Soho. Unlike James, Daniel wasn't trying to impress. He spoke with calm confidence, laughed easily, and when Emily texted him later that week, he didn't drop everything to reply instantly. Not because he was playing games, but because he was genuinely busy with his own projects. Emily confessed to her friend Olivia, "I don't get it. He's not chasing me, but I can't stop checking my phone to see if he's messaged." That's the mystery women can't resist. It's not about arrogance or manipulation. It's about living in such a way that she feels drawn to you without fully understanding why. And here's a psychological truth. When something is uncertain, the brain fixates on it. Women are emotional creatures, yes, but they're also wired for curiosity. When you reveal everything too quickly, when you're too predictable, her mind relaxes and the chase dies. But when there's just enough mystery, just enough intrigue, she can't help but lean in closer. Ask yourself, when was the last time you gave a woman the space to wonder about you? When was the last time she didn't know your every move? And that very uncertainty kept her hooked? Women in Toronto, Sydney, Manchester, it doesn't matter where, are wired the same. They crave the feeling of not being able to fully figure a man out. That's why she tells her best friend late at night, "I hate how much I like him, but I can't stop thinking about him." This is the beginning of addiction. It starts not with what you give her, but with what you hold back. It's about letting her discover you layer by layer, like a story she doesn't want to end. Chapter 2. The one thing, emotional gravity. Here it is, the one thing that makes a woman addicted to you: emotional gravity. Emotional gravity is the invisible force that pulls her in without effort. Just like the Earth doesn't chase the moon naturally orbits around it. Women orbit around men who possess this gravity. It's the unshakable presence, the calm confidence, the disciplined energy that makes her feel both safe and fascinated at the same time. Let's break this down. Most men think attraction is built on constant action, chasing, texting, proving. But emotional gravity isn't about doing, it's about being. When you carry yourself like a man who knows his value, she senses it instantly. And here's the powerful truth. She feels it before you even open your mouth. Think of Daniel again, from London. His emotional gravity wasn't in fancy clothes or rehearsed lines. It was in the way he carried himself. He wasn't desperate for Emily's approval. He had his own mission, his own schedule, his own sense of self. That quiet certainty made her feel pulled toward him again and again. Now compare this to men without gravity. When a man is overly available, he creates no tension. When he constantly seeks validation, she feels no respect. When he lives only for her attention, she feels suffocated. And suffocation never leads to addiction. It leads to escape. So how does emotional gravity actually work? 1. Scarcity creates value. If you are always at her beck and call, your presence loses meaning. But when you value your time and make her earn your attention, she treasures it. Emily once told her best friend in London, "When Daniel spends time with me, I feel special because I know he doesn't give that energy to just anyone." 2. Self-control sparks desire. Women instinctively test men. It's built into their psychology. They want to know if you can handle life's storms. If you crumble under pressure, she feels unsafe. But when you remain calm, grounded, stoic, she feels drawn to you. That's why Michael from Los Angeles, who never lost his cool when Olivia tried to provoke him, became the man she couldn't walk away from. 3. Presence makes her feel alive. Emotional gravity is about full attention. When you're with her, you're really there. Eyes locked. Phone down, mind present. That presence makes moments unforgettable. Olivia told Michael once, "When I'm with you, it feels like the world disappears. I can't get that feeling out of my head." Emotional gravity doesn't come from pretending. It's not about faking mystery or playing games. It comes from self-mastery, having a mission bigger than her, discipline in your life, and standards you never compromise. Women in Manchester, Sydney, Toronto, New York, they all feel it. It's a universal truth. They don't get addicted to men who beg. They get addicted to men who stand like mountains, calm, steady, and powerful. And here's the paradox. The less you try to pull her in, the more she feels the pull. That's emotional gravity. It's effortless. It's natural. And once you embody it, she can't escape it, even if she tries. Chapter 3. Why emotional gravity creates addiction. Let's go deeper. Why does this pull make women addicted? Why is it that a woman can meet dozens of men, all seemingly good options, but the one she can't stop thinking about is the man with emotional gravity? The answer lies in psychology and biology, and in the timeless patterns of human attraction. Here's what most men never realize. The female brain is wired for uncertainty. Predictability is comfortable, but it's also boring. When something is too certain, the mind dismisses it. But when there is mystery, when there is tension, when there is a sense of not knowing what comes next, the brain lights up with dopamine. Dopamine is the chemical of anticipation, of craving, and that's exactly what creates addiction. Think about it like this. Imagine Sarah from Toronto dating 2 different men. The first, Michael, is kind, polite, and predictable. He sends her good morning texts every single day, always agrees with whatever she says, and never challenges her. At first, Sarah enjoys the attention, but slowly her brain adjusts. She knows what's coming next. She can predict his every move, and that predictability kills the spark. Now imagine the second man, Daniel from Manchester. Daniel is also kind, but he carries himself with self-respect. He doesn't text Sarah constantly, because he's busy pursuing his career and passions. When they're together, he's deeply present, making her feel alive. But when he's not around, he's in his own world, focused on his mission. Sarah can't predict when he'll reach out, what he'll say, or how he'll surprise her. And that unpredictability drives her crazy, in the best possible way. This is the paradox. Women feel addicted not to chaos, but to the perfect balance of security and unpredictability. Security, because emotional gravity makes her feel safe. She knows Daniel won't lose himself or collapse under pressure. But unpredictability, because she never fully owns him. That combination is intoxicating. And here's another layer. Emotional gravity makes a woman feel emotions she can't manufacture on her own. When she's with you, she feels alive, feminine, and desired. When you're gone, she misses that feeling. She associates you with a rush of energy. And the human brain is wired to seek more of what gives it pleasure. That's why she becomes addicted, not to you directly, but to the way she feels when she's around you. Let me share a story. Olivia from Los Angeles once confessed to a friend, "I hate how much I like him. I'll be in meetings trying to focus, but my mind drifts back to him. It's not that he's always texting me, actually. He doesn't. But when we're together, it's like he's the only man in the room. And when he leaves, I feel this emptiness, like I just want him back. That right there is emotional gravity in action. Notice it wasn't about gifts, money, or looks. It was about presence, energy, and mystery. The psychological pull works like this. 1. Reward uncertainty. The brain gets addicted when it doesn't know when the next reward is coming. Just like gambling keeps people hooked because the outcome is uncertain, a woman feels hooked when she can't fully predict you. 2. Identity connection. When she feels more feminine around you, she feels more like herself. That's addictive because you become the source of her emotional identity. 3. Respect before desire. Emotional gravity creates respect, and respect is the soil in which desire grows. Without respect, there's no addiction. Women in New York, Sydney, London, it doesn't matter the place, describe the same feeling in different words. He makes me feel safe, but I can't figure him out. That paradox is what keeps her awake at night, staring at her phone, craving the next moment with you. And here's the most important part. You don't create this addiction by pretending to be someone you're not. Fake mystery collapses eventually. Real emotional gravity comes from living a mission-driven life, standing by your values and knowing your worth. When you embody this, you don't need to chase because she will naturally chase you. Chapter 4: How to Build Emotional Gravity. Now let's make this practical. Because it's one thing to understand emotional gravity, but another thing entirely to embody it. How do you build this presence that makes women crave you, respect you, and get addicted to you? The answer lies in 4 pillars: your mission, your discipline, your presence, and your standards. 1. Have a mission bigger than her. The strongest men are mission-driven. They live for something beyond relationships, something that gives their life purpose. Women don't want to be your entire world. They want to join your world. Think of James from Sydney, who dedicated himself to building his design business. When he met Emily, she didn't fall for him because he gave her all his attention. She fell because she admired his ambition and wanted to be part of his journey. Ask yourself, if a woman left your life today, would your mission continue tomorrow? If the answer is yes, you already carry emotional gravity. 2. Be disciplined. Discipline is masculine energy at its purest form. A man who can control his body, his habits, his emotions, commands respect. Sarah from Manchester once said about her boyfriend Daniel, "I trust him because he trusts himself. He's not swayed by temptation. He's not reactive when things get tough. He's steady." And that steadiness is so attractive. Whether it's fitness, finances, or emotional control, discipline separates boys from men. Women become addicted to the man they can lean on when storms come. 3. Be present, not needy. Presence is one of the rarest gifts in today's world. Most men are half distracted, scrolling their phones, not really listening. But when you lock in with her, when your eyes and attention are fully on her, she feels seen in a way that few men can provide. That's unforgettable. But here's the key. Don't confuse presence with neediness. Presence is giving her your full attention in the moment. Neediness is chasing her outside of the moment. Olivia from New York once told her friends, "He wasn't constantly texting me, but when I was with him, I felt like the most important woman in the world." That's the perfect balance. Or, live with standards. A man without standards is forgettable. A man with standards is magnetic. Women respect the man who knows what he stands for, who says no when something crosses his boundaries, who values himself enough to walk away if necessary. Daniel from London proved this when Emily tested him by flirting with another man at a party. Instead of reacting with jealousy or begging for her attention, he calmly told her, "If you want to play games, I'm not interested." That night, Emily admitted she realized she couldn't risk losing him. Why? Because his standards showed her his worth. These 4 pillars, mission, discipline, presence, and standards, create the force field of emotional gravity. They make you unforgettable. They make women feel both safe and challenged. They make you the man who isn't just attractive for a moment, but addictive for a lifetime. Chapter 5: Stoic Wisdom Behind Attraction. Here's where Stoic philosophy ties into everything we've been discussing. Emotional gravity isn't just a modern dating trick. It's rooted in ancient wisdom. The Stoics, men like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, believed that a man's true strength comes not from controlling others, but from mastering himself. And that principle is exactly why some men are unforgettable to women while others fade into the background. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." This single line contains the essence of emotional gravity. Because what is emotional gravity, if not the calm presence of a man who refuses to be shaken by the chaos around him? Women crave that presence. They crave the man who doesn't panic when things don't go his way, who doesn't beg when she tests him, who doesn't crumble when life hits hard. Instead, he remains steady like a lighthouse in the middle of a storm. That steadiness is addictive, because it makes her feel safe in a way very few men can. Let me give you an example. Ryan from Sydney was always reactive in his relationships. If his girlfriend didn't text back within an hour, he would send another message, then another. If she pulled away, he begged her to explain. Deep down, he believed that constant pursuit would keep her. But instead, it drove her away because his lack of control signaled weakness. After discovering Stoic teachings, Ryan made a radical change. He stopped obsessing over what he couldn't control. Instead, he focused on his own mind, his own habits, his own mission. Suddenly, his energy shifted. He no longer chased women, he attracted them. His calmness under pressure, his discipline, his quiet confidence, it was like a magnet. He told me later, "The moment I stopped reacting and started leading myself, women started chasing me." This is the power of Stoicism. It teaches you that the most attractive trait you can have as a man isn't money, looks, or charm, it's self-mastery. Think about it. In New York and London and Toronto, the pattern is the same. Women constantly test men, not because they're cruel, but because it's instinctive. It's how they discover whether a man is strong enough to protect and provide in life's storms. When she pushes your buttons, she's really asking, "Can you handle me? Can you handle life?" If you collapse, she loses respect. But if you remain calm, centered, unshaken, her respect deepens. And with respect comes attraction. With attraction comes obsession. Olivia from Los Angeles once admitted to her friend Sarah, "I used to play little games to see if he would lose his temper. But he never did. He would just smile, look at me calmly, and carry on. And you know what? That made me want him even more." That's Stoic power in action. Not dominance over others, but mastery over yourself. The Stoics believed that external events don't define you. It's your response that defines you. And this is exactly what women find irresistible. Because in a world of men who panic, who beg, who lose themselves at the first sign of resistance, the man who stays unshaken becomes unforgettable. So remember this. Stoicism isn't about being emotionless. It's about being emotionally disciplined. It's about owning your reactions, standing firm in your values, and leading yourself before you try to lead anyone else. And when you embody this, women feel it deeply. They can't explain it, but they know it. This man is different. This man I can trust. This man I can't get out of my head. Conclusion. So if you remember nothing else from this video, remember this. Women don't get addicted to men because of gifts, looks, or money. They get addicted to the man who carries himself with emotional gravity. The man with a mission, with self-control, with presence, and with standards. When you embody this, she won't be able to stop thinking about you. You'll live rent-free in her mind, not because you tried to impress her, but because you became the man she could never fully have. And that's the essence of addiction. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.